What's going on? What's going on, people? Welcome to the Progressive Action TV show. I got to start off the show by telling you guys, thanks for tuning in to us for all this time. Thanks for the continued support. We definitely need you guys to continue to share the content, share this valuable information. Nobody is bringing the information like we are bringing it right here in Progressive Action. Nobody. You guys already know if you want to donate to the show, the Cash App is Progressive Action 100. That's on the screen right there. So let's jump straight into it. Us transit workers in RTO, we took a big hit, man. We took a big hit. The brother Jerome Jeffers died in a car accident, a hit and run. Man, this it's a good guy right here, man. Like every time you seen him, he was upbeat, always joyful, cracking jokes. Just a good person to be around, man. Just hearing that he passed was a big hit, and you never know when it's your time, to leave this earth and which way you may leave this earth. I mean, you could be here one day and go on the next. I would like to give my condolences to his family, his friends, all of the co-workers who consider him a friend. He was a real good guy right here. So shout out to our brother, Jerome Jeffers. I don't have any information on when his service is supposed to be happening, but as soon as I do, I will post it up in Progressive Action. Yeah, but this was a big loss right here. Now back to regular transit news. There's a lot going on behind the scenes regarding, union elections, service cuts is happening, playing out lies and how politicians get involved with our union to help, basically the weak union leadership stay in place. That basically what happened. So we're going to discuss that. This was brought to my attention that Secretary Treasurer Earl Phillips received some type of award or something regarding their fight for us or whatever it was for COVID. Now, I found that to be strange. How can you get an award when your agency, your members suffered the biggest loss than any one agency in the whole entire United States? There wasn't not one or another agency that took a hit as big as Local 100 and the MTA when it comes to, like I said, one agency or one workforce. Not no police department, not no other school system, nowhere else. And Earl, who is the safety director of the whole entire union, was given an award. And I'm just mind boggled as to how that happened. But this is what happens when you have politicians meddling in union business. So it makes big business sense for Cuomo to keep this union leadership in place, because this is a union leadership that won't speak ill of him, even when he's wrong. This is a union leadership who lays down and represent the governor better than they represent their own members. So it makes business sense for Cuomo to want to keep the current administration in, because he won't ruffle their feathers. I mean, the president, Utano, would not ruffle his feathers. Samuelson would not ruffle Cuomo feathers at all. So what you do to get involved, you start giving out awards and start putting them on pedestals to make them look like they was fighting this whole time during election time. So we have to be careful when we see union politicians meddling in union reps. And then how can we forget about this video? How can we forget about this video right here? Check this out.
When I saw the news that we had 61 of our members die, and that's what brought water from my eyes. And the first thing I thought about is, is that we're all in this together. We all come to work, never expect to be doing something like this. We all want to get home to our families. And then what happened, our anxiety level is so high, and we lean on each other for support. And, if you talk about unity, this is real unity when the transit workers, the members, lean on each other for support. I went to locations and hear members speaking to each other about what they do when they get home, how to take care of themselves and their families. That is real support. You know, when this whole thing started in January, the president and us, we sat down at the table with the New York City bus and subway heads up and fight with these bastards. You know, if they had listened to us, you know, we would be in a better place today. I'm only Earl Phillips. This is only Tony Utana. You know, we are not Jesus Christ. You know, we don't know who's going to die tomorrow. We don't predict that. But we know if you listen to us and work collectively with us, we'll be in a better place together. But again, we're in this together. We're going to bring the troops home together. You know, and as the president said, whoever comes again down the road as the president, we're going to set a foundation here to continue to build on. You know, so again, I can't thank you so much. You know, it's painful, you know, but practice safe distancing. When you get to work and you don't have the correct PPE, you know, just ask for your PPE. You know, these clothes that you're working in, do not take them in your house. Don't take them in your house, guys. When you get home, put them in a bag. You're right. Take off your shoes, clean them, you know, spray them. Don't take these in your house, otherwise you will destroy your families. You know, you have to adjust from yesteryear to today. If not, you will destroy your whole families. We didn't get a lot of education in this when we first began, but we learn from each other. So thank you so much. Stay safe and be.
Get the fuck out of here!
Straight up, he go say, I'm only Earl Phillips. This is only Tony Utano. We are not Jesus Christ. That's evident, Earl. You're not Jesus Christ. You're not Mike Quill. You're not Roger Toussaint. Y'all don't resemble fighters. Y'all don't resemble fighters. Look at you hugging the governor in this picture as if he did anything good for us transit workers. But this is what happens when we elect sellout union leadership. They put the governor best interest before the members. So all the time, in every instance, we will fail. We will not fight back. This is just how they do business. Oh, I'm only Earl Phillips. This is only Tony Utana. We are not Jesus Christ. Y'all not no type of fighters at all. If you was, you would have had the MTA implement that pandemic plan that was on the book since 2012. Right? That's how that will work. That's how that should work. But when you're dealing with sellout union reps that once again put their self-interest, their relationships before the members' relationships, you will always have that issue. And let me explain something to you guys real quick. I need to explain something to you guys. Your union rep works for you. You do not work for your union rep. Your union rep works for you. They are your representative. They are not Cuomo representative. They are not Pat Foy and Sarah Feinberg representative. They are you, the members' representatives. They work for you. The people who's on staff in the union hall, like the people who's not local 100 members, the people who's on relief staff, they work for the president. They work for their VPs. The members do not work for the union reps themselves. The union reps work for the members. They are there to represent you. We are not there to represent them under any circumstance. So we have to get out of that mindset of and stop letting them tell us and stop trying to let them bully us. They do not run this. We do. We do. What they did for this whole entire pandemic was insane. And we already know they run the same playbook every time it's an election year. We're going to go out there. We're going to act like we care. We're going to raise some noise because they know that we're not connected. They know that the majority of the members do not care about union politics. The only time we care about union politics is when that come knocking on our door. personally, then now we want to care. Now we want to know why all this is bad. Now we want to know why this is, why that is. We have to get involved now. We have to get involved now. Now, I found some interesting, before I get into the other union stuff, I found something interesting online, and this is for all the people that's on comp. Starting July 1st, comp payments will now be made. You have the option to have them direct deposited. That's very important because me being on comp myself, I have to wait for a paper check. And as always, the MTA already started playing with my money regarding my assault, which adds to everything else that's going on with me. So I can't wait for July 1st. You will be able to apply for direct deposit according to the Workers' Comp Board. And it should be available to everyone. And this is the paper that you will have to fill out to send for the comp board. But being that the MTA is self-insured, they still have to follow comp law. So them themselves will have to set up a system to where we would be able to get workers' comp payments direct deposited into our accounts. That's all I have to say about that. Now, we have been hearing in the news about service cuts, and this, that. Let me touch on these service cuts real quick. So this one says the MTA to extend service cuts on 5 NYC subway lines through late 2022. Matter of fact, let me touch on the first service cuts that we heard of where it had members up in arms over. Let me get to that. All right, here we go right here. Service cuts on New York City CNF subway lines to be made permanent, MTA officials say. Now, these type of service cuts that was happening on the CNF lines were to be made permanent. It wasn't due to any type of GO. That's a general order. That's construction work that happens in the subway. It wasn't due to that. This particular cut was because the MTA just wanted to cut service, and they couldn't cut the service without having public hearings at least 30 days before these cuts were supposed to take place, or whatever the case is. So we had these type of cuts, and this was stopped actually by a court order, or what I say, stopped or postponed, because I don't think they had any public hearings regarding it. And I don't think that the MTA, like, it just say the MTA have to have public hearings. It don't say that they have to listen to what the public say. It's just a formality. But for right now, those cuts is postponed. And then, like I said, let me go back to this. My fault. Put the wrong thing on the screen. MTA to extend service cuts on 5 New York City subway lines through late 2022. Now, these and this actually came out. Let me see. Oh no, hold on. That came out. Let me see. A couple of days ago, this one came out. But this one is regarding construction work, GO work. It's for work trains to get through certain lines with ease. See, a lot of people don't know. Being a train operator or conductor, getting stuck behind a work train is one of the worst things in the world, especially when you're about on that final trip, about to go home. Getting stuck behind these work trains are bad. And then in certain situations, these work trains are getting stuck trying to go over the bridge. It can't make it over the bridge. So if you have trains constantly back to back to back behind the work train, and the work train gets stuck behind the bridge, you can't run around a work train on the bridge. So I guess the MTA is trying to make it easier for the work trains to get to their locations, and so the work could be done. Now, I see people online. Someone pointed me to a video today saying that it's going to mess up crews and all this other stuff. The only way I see it actually messing with crews is with reassignment work, and crews getting reassigned due to drop trips and things of that nature, and the public being affected because of the service. But I do not see the MTA. This is not the same service cuts that was happening on the CNF. This is work service cuts. Now, I'm not saying that it can't affect workers as far as like workers getting laid off or things of that nature. Don't see that. The MTA just on those lines, we are picking right now. We didn't lose no work from the pick. Now the MTA can implement a supplement, and the supplement can override whatever the person picked in that nature, but it's not the same as the service cuts that happened on the CNF. And this is what I mean by wrong information floating out there, and people are quick to react to negative information than the information that's true. It's not the same type of cuts. It's a different type of and the service cut is more likely to affect the riding public than the train crews, as far as people being laid off or fired or laid off or anything like that. Like that's totally wrong. And then I'm gonna get into to show more as to why that's wrong. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Yeah, but yeah. That I go into more as to why that's wrong another time. But nah, it's not the same. It's not the same information. Like I said, the most negative thing I could see happening is drop trips from crews and them being reassigned, which is a major problem. I'm not taking it lightly. It is a major problem. But as long as I work for MTA, sometime when there's GOs going on, you have less work being done. You get in a drop trip and then you're on WA, where the most you'll do is probably clean out a train instead of making a trip. Sounds good to me. Anything more than actually being on that train is good, because we already know anything can happen on that train, and the MTA look to punish you and hold you accountable versus anything else, their equipment, a passenger, anything else like that. So the more time you spend off the train, the better. Another thing I seen in the news, which I don't get, is there's a subway. It says NYC subway crew shortages cause long train delays Monday. Now, what the MTA actually said, the reason for the delays, let me get to that. Let me read that real quick. This is what they said for the delays. We continue to be able to execute on a vast majority of scheduled trips, said MTA spokesman Aaron Donovan. We are focused on and expect our crewing situation to improve in the coming months. Transit officials noted that subway workers' banks of sick days and paid time off replenish every May and June, which has led to more people taking days off in recent weeks. See, statements like this lead to more assaults. It leads to more verbal abuse, because you're putting us in a bad light. And to say that the reason why service is trains is not running is basic, and they saying that because our sick time replenish in May and June, people are not choosing to come to work. That's the reason why trains is not running. That's BS. That's straight BS, right? Now, the MTA is not looking into their own system and culture here as to why these systems ain't running. Case in point, how many people are restricted because of the MAC and their rules and regulations, right? There's a lot of people that can work on trains, but because of the MAC rules and regulations, they can't run. For an example, if you have high blood pressure, what does high blood pressure have to do with you operating a train, right? I can understand a bus. On a bus, there's not safety mechanisms in place, and if you catch a stroke, it could be catastrophic on a bus. But on a train, what can really happen on a train if an operator become incapacitated? If a train operator becomes incapacitated, what happens? That train is going to go into emergency. What happens if a conductor gets incapacitated? The doors are not going to open, or they're not going to close, right? So you look at the way that the MAC do business as to why so many train crews are not on trains. You look at the culture of discipline here, right? They'll have you sitting out of work. Even after your drug analysis come back clean, the MTA will still have you sitting out of work, working platform. If a operator is on the platform, then no trains is going. That's one less operator to operate a train. Let's look into the discipline practices. Let's look into our work environments. Our work environments make us sick. The fact that the MTA failed to protect us during this whole pandemic led to crew shortages. Let's look at there's no protection from assaults. Right now, I'm out because of an assault. Right? Now, me personally, I thought that I would be able to bounce back. I got spit on. I didn't think that getting spit on would lead me to having a lot of anxiety, lead me to not getting the proper rest that night and things of that nature. I never thought that it would lead to that. Me being angry, right? I hate the fact to think that I have to go to work and I'm not protected at work because the MTA know we not protected. So they try to blame all these crew shortages on, once again, like they say on the screen, because our sick time get replenished in May and June. That's why there's crew shortages. No, there's crew shortages because the MTA is doing bad business. That's why there's crew shortages. That's why the MTA is their own demise. Those long train delays is because of the MTA. And this is why I constantly try to remind the riding public that we are not your enemies. That bus operator you see is not your enemy. That train operator and conductor you see is not your enemy. That cleaner that you see is not your enemy. That station agent that you see is not your enemy. We don't make the rules. The MTA make the rules. And when we don't follow the rules, we get punished heavily for it. So don't think that we tell you something, it's because we just made that up right then and there. No, we're following policy and protocol because the MTA do send people out there. They call them critiques. They do send people out there to critique you. And if you don't do the right thing, you will get a discipline action, a DAN, we call it a DAN, disciplinary action notice, which leads to the MTA taking money out your pocket because they want to suspend you or bring you up for termination. So when we don't follow the rules, we get disciplined for it. So don't think that we making up the rules or anything like that. That's the MTA. And if you got a problem with them, start going to their board meetings, start seeing what they look like, and you take it from there. But we are not your enemies. We are not your enemies. And to show you guys another one, that the MTA implementing an auxiliary. Let me pull it up real quick. Let me pull this up real quick. I want to get this right. Auxiliary extra board personnel pilot program, which be ran in two locations, 180th Street and Stillwell Avenue. And basically, after you finish your tour, you will make yourself extra board to the crew assignment section. I don't know what that means, right? Because on this pilot, I don't know if you will be extra board to your division, or would you be extra board to, I mean, not the whole system, but, you know, like the South, the North, Queens. I don't know if you'll be extra to every part of the system. And if you refuse the work that the crew assignment section give you, you will not be paid. So you could sit there on board for 3 hours and you'll be on board at Stillwell and they tell you to go pick up a job at Parsons Archer and you be like, nah, I'm not going to do it. Then you're not going to be paid for those 3 hours that you're sitting. So it's up to you to take that. But once again, the MTA crew shortages is because of their doing. It's because of their doing. And that's it. So I want to get into, I want to remind you guys that this is an election year. This is an election year. And this is when they decide to start playing all the shenanigans. They start playing these little games to make people ineligible to run for union office. They claim to be Democratic. They are not Democratic. They are not Democratic. And this is when they start to play their games. So from what I understand at the last e-board meeting, they was trying to put in something in place where if you're out and you're not paying union dues, that you supposed to fill in for some type of exoneration the 15th of every month. I don't know where they got that from. That is not in the bylaws. It's not in the Constitution. And I want to show you guys exactly what the Constitution say regarding that. And if anyone need the bylaws, the Constitution, the contract, you can hit me up in Messenger after this video. I would get you whatever you need, you know, so you can start looking at things yourself. So in the Constitution, and when I say the Constitution, every local up under the TWU umbrella is covered by the Constitution, right? So this is a rule for every local. Now, what the union is trying to pull, like if you was out on comp, a lot of us was out on comp, right? If you was out on comp, in certain instances you wasn't getting paid. So if you wasn't getting paid, how can you pay your union dues, right? Now, this is what Section 4, Part A of the Constitution says. Any member who is prevented by illness, injury, or layoff from earning any wages in any calendar month shall be excused from paying dues for such month, and such non-payment shall not affect his good standing. For the purposes of this paragraph, the word wages shall be construed to include any monetary compensation totaling 75% or more of the member's regular monthly income from his/her employment, payable to an ill or injured worker under applicable law and or pursuant to a collective bargaining agreement. In order to be excused, such member shall be required to file with his/her local financial secretary treasurer a request for exoneration on the official form supplied by the international secretary treasurer. The exoneration shall not be effective unless and until approved and countersigned by the local financial secretary treasurer. Now, why is this important? Why is this important? I'm going to tell you the game that the union played. I'm going to tell you the game that they played. Now, it says that you should, first of all, there's no date on this. They don't say when you should file the request. They don't say anything, right? But now the union want to put something in play where they say that you must sign it, that it must be within 15 days, the 15th of the month or whatever the case is. The union constitution does not say that, right? It doesn't say that at all. Now, this is where things get tricky at. In order to be excused, such member shall be required to file with his/her local financial secretary treasurer a request for exoneration on the official form supplied by the international secretary treasurer. So let me tell you guys what the union did and what the international did and how the gerrymandering of this union election has begun. Before I do that, can you guys please share out this live? I need you guys to really share out this live. I need as many people to hear this message as possible. I need as many people to hear this message as possible. So take 60 seconds, share out the live, share it on your personal page, share it in the group, because I need as many people to understand what I'm saying on this next part. And also, while you watch these videos, if you're watching on Twitter, retweet the video. If you're watching on YouTube, there should be a whole bunch of likes on the YouTube video. Like the YouTube video. If you're watching on Facebook, like the Facebook video. Like it. We need these likes. Like the Facebook video. Like it. All right, so this is what happened. On the part that says, for example, the official form supplied by the international secretary treasurer. It's an exoneration form. Let me put that form on the screen. Oh, yes, Local 100. I have the form. I have the form. But let me tell you guys what the union did. The union took the form off the website. So if you needed to file for exoneration, how can you get the exoneration form from the international if they purposely removed it from the website. They removed it from the website. This is the game that they play. This is the game that they play. But being that I'm connected and I could do a whole bunch of amazing things on the internet, I was able to get it. But this is the game that they play. They removed this form from the internet, so you can't even file for exoneration if you wanted to. But this is the game that they play. Like, there should be charges brought up against them for this. This is the game that they play to make you ineligible to run. But I have the form. Now, they could play all the games that they want to play. But this is what they do. They not democratic. They want to rule with an iron fist. They don't want to even out the playing field. Because they want to be lifelong union politicians. This is what they want to do. They want to be lifelong union politicians. But yes, I have the form. And I want to see what games that they're going to play. I know they're going to try to override the international constitution. I know they're going to try to override that. And I want to see how are they going to get that done. But this is the game that they play. And at what point is it going to be enough? Listen, to be honest, not everybody over there on Utano's slate is bad, right? But they are not leaders. They are not leaders of men. They won't put their foot down. Cuomo do not respect Utano. He don't respect Samuelson. Because if he did, we wouldn't be getting treated the way we're being treated at all. Cuomo vetoed Tier 6. He said the year after that, he's going to do something special for us, and nothing happened. You want to know why? Because Cuomo do not respect Tony Utano or John Samuelson. And this union is not going to get respect until either two things need to happen. They start putting their foot down, unapologetically, put the members first, or they vote it out. They've been in there a decade. Name one time that they have put their foot down against Cuomo. I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait. They have never put down their foot against Andrew Cuomo at all. Not one time. The only time you seen the union put down their foot was when Pat Foy said that told Utano to have a safe Columbus Day. That's the only time, and that was buffoonery. That was nothing but buffoonery. We ain't got no time for that. We have absolutely no time for that. And I don't get it. Like, I just don't get. I don't understand how the members just continue to let this slide. I don't understand how the members continue to let. Look, you see what my hat say? Look what my hat say. Sold, not for sale. We need some union leadership whose soul is not for sale. It seemed like even when you put new reps in there, they confine to what's going on in there already. They assimilate to what everything that's going on in there already. Like nobody, like, are you trying to tell me that not one union rep have a voice? Not one union rep see what's going on and saying, hey, this is not right? Not one union rep that's in there want to actually stand with the members and say, hey, I can't take it no more? This is exactly like what Kwame Brown be talking about. The go along, get along gang. This is exactly what they are. The go along, get along gang. They won't rock the union leadership boat. They won't rock Cuomo boat. The only people they want to rock is the people who is harmless to them. De Blasio can't do nothing to Utano. It's easy to attack de Blasio, but he won't say a word about Cuomo. This is the go along, get along gang. And we have to get it. If we want to grow in this union, if we want to get what's rightfully ours in this union, we have to get away from that ideology. We have to get away from that ideology. I don't know how we continue to go along with this ideology. I'm really confused how we go along with this ideology. We need change. That's evident. That's evident. And the best change that you're going to get is whatever progressive change is running on. We ain't got no time for no people being wrong and strong. We don't got no time. We in dire needs. We need the best. The best and the brightest. That's what we need to run on, the best and the brightest. Hold on one second. Yeah, so we need to run the best and the brightest, without a doubt. And we're trying our best to do that. And unite forces, unite the right pieces of the puzzle. You know, but every member need to be involved. Everyone need to be involved. There's no bystanders in this. There's no I'm not getting involved. You have a stake and a say here. You have that. Every member needs to get involved. I don't care what team you play for, but you need to get involved. You need to take a stance. You need to take a stance. And I got something to say. To my detractors. To my detractors, to progressive action and general detractors. I'm going to give you guys a voice. I'm going to say, like, I don't know if I'm going to do it this week. I don't know if I'm going to do it next week. But I want to hear from the progressive action detractors. I want to tell you, I want you guys to tell me what I'm doing wrong, what progressive action is doing wrong. I want you to tell me why you think your candidate may be better. I don't care who it is, but this is what we're going to do. We're going to do it via Zoom. We're going to do it on Progressive Action TV. We're going to do it via Zoom, and you got to show your face. If you don't show your face, you can't be on. I want you to tell me how bad of a job Tremel Thompson is doing with progressive action and leading this union. I want you to tell me why you don't think progressive action is good or whatever the case is. I only want to hear from the people who don't agree with me, from my detractors. I want to hear from them. I want to give you guys a voice, and I want to see what you guys think. So we will be doing a show on all the platforms. Just like this, that you guys let me know what the deal is. I want to hear from you guys. Give you guys a day to shine. Let me give you guys a day to shine. Yes. Oh, so let me see something real quick. Let me make sure I'm looking for some information before I continue. Like I said, I definitely need you guys to share out these videos. Yeah, so I think earlier this month I had put up a post talking about the graduates. We like to show love to the graduates for their hard work, and the parents who make sure that they put in the hard work. So I will be reading off Why isn't that clearing? I will be reading off some graduates' names, and we'll be saluting them for their hard work. We'll be saluting them for their hard work. So, matter of fact, I could do that. Let me see something real quick. Make it a little bit interesting. Let me turn this down. All right, so let's see. Let's start this off. Okay. Right here now I know the music playing. I'm just talking over the music. I know the music's playing. We have Jasmine Lewis. She graduated with a bachelor's in psychology. She went to School of Natural and Behavioral Sciences, Brooklyn College. Shout out to Jasmine. Who's next? We have Diamond Smith Cyrus. She aged 21. Lincoln University. Shout out to Diamond. We have Maya Nicole Vargas. Graduated from PS 124. She is 9 years old. We have Dejanay Sample. New York City High School, 17 years old. Congratulations, Miss Sample. We have Quincy McDuffie, age 17, Lincoln High School, full academic scholarship to LIU. Shout out to Quincy. We have and Mariah Peterson, Stanford High School, class of 2021. She's attending University of Hartford, majoring in marketing. She's 18 years old. Shout out to Mariah. I hope I said that right. We have Akila Turner, age 14. I guess she graduated from Phillips Schuyler. I remember that school. Shout out to Akila. Hold on one second. Let me get to the next person. We have Jaden Moret, Teachers College Community School. He's 6 years old. Go Jaden. Let me make sure this is right. Give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. We have Skylar Cope, North Carolina A&T. She's 21 years old. Shout out to Skylar. We have Asia Henderson, Democracy Prep, Harlem High School, 18 years old. Shout out to Asia. We have Denver Leocadio. I hope I said that right. Kip Star Harlem Elementary. She is 9 years old. Here we have Taz. We got this name is kind of crazy. I'm gonna call her Taz Gill. I can't pronounce your name. Taz Gill, St. John's University, Bachelor of Science in Journalism, 21 years old. Dean's List every semester, 4 honor societies. Go Taz. We have Ruth Fagan, Associates in Health Services Administration, cum laude. Congratulations, Ruth. Ruth is a friend of mine. She's 52 years old. She wanted me to let you guys know that. She's 52 years old. It's never too late to expand your horizons. Shout out to Ruth. Very proud of you. We have Jenna M. Newton, age 12, Atkinson Middle School, 6th grade. Straight A's. Shout out to Jenna. Congratulations. We have Anthony Marino, 18 years old, Curtis High School. Shout out to Anthony. Last but not least, we have Jeanette David, Wisconsin. Shout out to Jeanette. Congratulations to all of our graduates. hold on, so I want to look at something real quick. Shout out to all of our graduates. I hope you guys like that. Hold on, I seen someone say in the comments. Let me see. Sam Hendricks, he said, y'all all need to debate one another, have all the people who are running out in front. Let me tell you something about debates, right? I'm going to be real with you. I'm not going to waste my time debating someone who energy is negative, who it really serves no purpose. Like, let's think about this. Where are we going to debate at? Are we going to debate on progressive action? I'm not in the business of giving unnecessary people clout. That's not like I have a position to play, right? What forum are we going to do this on? Right? I'm not against the debate, but people are focusing on debating the candidates instead of the incumbents. Like, everyone should be wanting to call out the incumbents, right? Calling them out to the floor. What are we going to debate for? Like, it proves no point. And me personally, you know what we should be debating? I don't like to debate people words. Let's debate the work. Let's talk about the work, right? Because every year every election, it's the same old thing. Oh, they don't want to debate. They don't want to debate. They don't want to do this. All right, just do the work. Let them debate the work. Like, progressive act, nobody puts in more work than progressive action. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you say. And if you feel like you put in more work than progressive action, then come on that show that I want to do. I want to hear from my detractors. I want you to call in, get on camera, and let progressive action know what we doing wrong. Because this is the thing. A lot of people sit here and want to cry and no, they don't want to cry. They want to bait me into saying a name on the platform, right? But they foolish, because on this platform, if I say that you're no good, the members is going to say that you're no good. Don't think that you're getting notoriety if I say your name. It's not good notoriety. It's not good notoriety. But yeah, we not against debating, but who we going to debate? Like, what are we going to debate? Let's debate the work. Money talks. BS is running marathon. Let's debate the work. Let's talk about the work that we have done. Let's talk about not only the work when people announced they was running for or had any type of political aspirations. Let's talk about the work that's consistently and consecutively being done. I only want to talk about the work. Oh, let's you need to have a debate. Who's debating? What are we going to talk about? Like Jay-Z said, are we going to talk about fiction or we going to talk about facts? You want to talk about fiction? Then pardon my back. We ain't got no time for this. People's lives is actually on the line. People's jobs are on the line. Let's continue to do the work. Let the work speak. So look, Sam, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, Sam. And I from what I'm hearing, it sounds like you're a transit worker, right? Once again, Sam, I need you to understand this. You have a stake in this. You're not a bystander. If you're a transit worker, you have a stake in this. You're not a bystander. If my platform only reaches RTO, then you want to know what? my job is done because I'm from RTO, right? If it reaches other departments, that's a job well done. But no message reaches everyone. The union release messages also, and it don't reach members, right? So it's not the messenger all the time. The members is so disengaged with anything union or political until they in trouble, then that's when they want to be engaged. So it's not always the messenger. But once again, if you are in those departments where the messages aren't being reached, then you want to know what your job is. Your job is to say, hey, the people at Progressive Action is sending out some good messages that you should receive. I think that you should subscribe to their YouTube. I think that you should subscribe to their Twitter. I think that you should subscribe to their Facebook. Why don't you send them the messages? If it's not being reached, don't just sit back and say, oh, it's not reaching, I don't know what to do. No, you have a role to play in this. You have to be the change that you want to see. If the message is not reaching, then you have to be the catalyst for that message to reach to the members that it's not reaching. I keep telling you guys, there's no bystanders in this. There's absolutely no bystanders in this at all whatsoever. You must get involved. I don't care who you, if the message, if you worried about the message and the message is good, then spread that message. Spread that message. I don't know what else to say to you guys regarding that. I don't know what else to say. Get involved. Yeah, but as far as debating, I'll debate anyone. We not gonna do it on Progressive Action. Only way people could debate on Progressive Action, they gotta pay. This promotion is not free. To do what we do, it costs them money. It costs a lot of money. So you got two issues here when it comes to the debates. One is anybody can't just pop up and say that I'm running and I want to debate. That's just like, come on, man. We've been doing, let the work speak. Let the work speak. Let the work talk. You could Google Progressive Action work. You could Google our work. You could go on YouTube and look at our work. Giving information to the members is work. This is not easy. Everybody can't do it. That's why we get the most views. That's why members gravitate to us the most, because we do this on such a high level and the members respect the work that we do. We actually put our careers on the line to bring information to the members. Think about that. Think about that. We bring information to the members and at the same time put our careers on the line. You understand what I'm saying? And you know, I love a healthy debate, but I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste my time. Like what are we going to debate? Wrong information? This is not the time to be confusing members as to what information is right, what information is wrong. We're in very critical times. This is not the time to be confusing the members. The members need to hear the right message. If you notice, when it comes to me, people don't debate the work. People don't debate my position. They debate my tone, right? Oh, you know, you come off as this or this and that. Like, I'm not into people feelings. I'm not into the feelings of how you feel. I'm into the message. I'm into delivering the message. Yes, I deliver the message. I take a stance when I deliver the message. I deliver my message 10 toes down. I don't pander to anyone. I tell it like it is, and I'm honest. That's what's missing, not only in this union, but in the world in general. Honesty. Like, people want you to rub them on their shoulders, rub their head. Nah, I'm not going to tell you that. I'm going to tell you what it is, as it is, and how it is. This is how it should be. We don't have time for anything else. Nothing else worked. There's a reason why members pay attention to this platform, because everyone was doing it that kind of way, and we came and did it this way, and it's working. Why would I get off of that? Why would I get off of that? Right? We delivering our message. It's working. We're not going to change it. If you got a better way, then you deliver your message that way, and let's see. That's why when all these other programs popped up, nobody watching their programs, nobody is really sharing it out. Nobody is really watching. People even hate to see some of this stuff. There's a reason why people gravitate to our platform, because it's the way that we deliver our message, and we deliver our message with receipts. We put stuff on the screen. We put everything that we're talking about on the screen. We tell you guys after you watch, while you watching the show, if you need information, further information on what I'm talking about, I could send it to you. We have a website, progressiveaction.info, where you could view documents on there as to what we're talking about. So it is what it is. But for everyone who want to donate to the platform, you could donate to the platform via Cash App. The Cash App is right there. You see it? Cash App is right there. $ Progressive Action 100 is right there. Donate to the platform. None of this happened without you guys' donations. My allergies is messing with me like crazy. But none of this happened without you guys' donations. The PayPal is Progressive Action 100. Donate to the platform. Become a Patreon. The Patreon is in the link in the description of this video. I got 41 people in here watching right now. I got probably another 30 watching on YouTube, and I don't know how many on Twitter. But I should get at least everybody should donate. Everybody should donate. Everybody should donate. This information is valuable. Everybody should donate to the platform. It's very important. But I want to leave you guys with this message right here. Sold not for sale, sold not for sale. They sold for sale, I was sold not for sale. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you guys later.